You're listening to Radio 1190 KVCU Boulder, and this is the Trouser Press Record Guide. I'm DJ Nigel. Just going to run you back through the tracks you heard and get you caught up. I was joined unexpectedly by about 8 people just now in the studio. They're all actors. They're doing research for, what did you call it? What was the name of it? Talk radio. No kidding. Okay, all right, here's the information. Talk Radio by Eric Bogosian, directed by Gregory Thorson. This is taking place on October 28th, 29th, and 30th at 7:30 p.m. Also November 4th, 5th, and 6th at 7:30 p.m. at the Performance Space Wesley Chapel, 1290 Folsom Street in Boulder. And you can check it out on www.brownpapertickets.com/event. And the tickets are $12, but we've got some serious people in here. They're doing research. They didn't tell me this was happening, so we're just going to play it by ear as we go. And they are looking at me as if I were some kind of guru, but that's not going to happen tonight either. Okay, you caught me off guard here. I'm sitting talking to the actors of our talk radio production that have come in here to do a little research, and we're going to have them do a little bit of practice while they're sitting here. They want to know how to be a talk radio impersonator, and we're just gonna dive right in. So, how about some introductions on Mic 2? Go ahead and check it.
My name's RJ Conley.
And okay, nice to meet you, RJ. And Mic 3.
I'm Deanna Grafe.
And Deanna, and we have on Mic 4.
My name's Benaiah Anderson.
Benaiah Anderson. We're going to start with you first, and you can just describe your roles in this upcoming production.
I'm a talk show host, radio talk show host named Barry Champlain, and I like to push people's buttons, like to make people angry. If a Democrat calls up, I hit the Republican talking points. If a Republican calls up, I hit the Democratic talking points. Generally mean to everybody who calls in, and manage to break up with my girlfriend on the air and crush a few people's dreams, all in the course of one night.
And you're the protagonist in this.
That's right, or antagonist, call it what you will.
Anti-hero?
Yeah. Anti-hero, that works.
Yeah, there you go. Film noir. All right, so we're following your story arc, as it were, in this
absolutely.
production.
And the adventures of all the people who call in and try to make me a part of their life in this crazy night.
Do you also have a personal story arc as this is going on outside of the studio, or does this all take place within
Everything
the
takes place within this one-night show, so it's kind of a pressure cooker. Nobody gets to leave. I get to leave stage for a little bit of time, but for the most part, I'm there the whole time.
All right, and how many acts does this take place? Is this a one thing?
It's a one act with 3 big broken monologues in the middle where I get to sort of relax from being behind the microphone.
Excellent. Well, it sounds very interesting. And the other participants who are standing in and amongst the room here, what is your role then? Let's start with you. Was it MJ?
RJ.
RJ, yeah.
I play about, I'd say, 6 or 7 different people who call in to talk to Barry about various problems or issues that
Pets.
I want to talk about. Like, one guy is really obsessed with his cat. One guy wants to talk about this power plant that's being built in a local town, and he's just upset about how this nuclear energy is going to be being spread out throughout the town, and it's going to kill everybody.
And I
like
mock
that.
him for his fear.
Mm-hmm.
So this is considered a comedy, sure, huh?
Dark comedy. There are some really funny moments within it, but for the most part, you're kind of seeing almost maybe a breakdown and then rebuilding of this guy's identity kind of in front of you, where he's figuring out who he's going to be now in front of an audience of millions, where he's used to an audience of thousands, and on a bad night, maybe hundreds. Big change for him.
So there might even be an undertone of the anachronism of radio being played out by this personage.
And the play is actually set in '87, so there's a lot of old references. So obviously we couldn't have fancy mics like these in our show, but it really refers to a lot of the political and social stuff that's happening during the '80s. And what's fun is the people who call up are having the same sorts of issues that people have nowadays: discontent with the politics of the world. Third world countries bother them. The plight of poor people elsewhere. And my character, of course, is there to mock them for their feelings of soft humanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it sounds a lot like the kind of community radio that we keep going here, where just about anybody can speak their mind. You get some really strange calls, sometimes just very far
Romantic.
left. And so that sounds like. Now, talk to me about the set. Is there anything that's particularly striking about the set or the costuming or anything like that?
Well, we're trying to include. I see you got a technician behind the glass over there, and part of the fun is that the audience will get to see what's happening on the tech side. We've got some computer monitors and some sliders and buttons and a soundboard, so that we actually have people running things visibly and involved in the story. So part of what my character does is interact with my tech crew and the people who have been with me for 10 years, or I have a relationship with a young lady who works in the office, and so we have a lot of opportunity for the conflict on the radio to sort of carry over into the people who are there with me running the show. So that's kind of fun. You do get a couple levels of trying to listen to a caller who's freaking out about something, and I'm dealing with something potential that shows up in the studio that I don't want to ruin, so you'll have to come see the show to find out what shows up. Denise is the caller. Denise is quite a fun caller. Yes, she is. She waxes poetic about all sorts of things. Bugs, termites, insects.
Well, describe. We have more than one person here. They're all trying to get into some mic time here. Go ahead. Mike 2? Introduce yourself.
I'm Deanna again. I also play callers. I think I play about 5 callers, ranging from a 16-year-old pregnant girl to an 85-year-old senile woman who doesn't know what year it is, and wishes I Love Lucy would still be on, and she thinks that it's Lucille Ball's still 35.
So an emphasis is given on voice acting more than almost anything else, but you still are on stage so people can see you.
No,
Callers
are
aren't.
actually going to be off stage.
Oh.
So it's going to be entirely listening to the people who are on stage and then doing our stuff off stage.
Yeah, the director really wanted it so that when the 4 of us who play callers walk out, well, I guess 5, including Josh, we walk out on curtain call. He wanted us to be unknown and have the audience go, who do they play? Who is it?
Because total, there's probably, I'd say, 25 to
at least 25
to 30 people who call in.
We
There's
get to
4
meet
of us doing
one caller. One caller comes into the studio, kind of almost unannounced. It's kind of a random meeting where we get to actually meet one of the callers. He comes in on the show, and that is our good friend Josh.
And that is Josh. Josh, you have something you'd like to say right now?
No, my character. He's an interesting guy, and he calls in and ends up getting his own personal interview with Barry Champlain. So he
18.
Yeah, he's 18, and you can tell. And he's kind of a wild card, and he has a lot to say, and he's just a crazy character. It's fun to play him.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that method acting is very emphasized here too as well?
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, this is great talking to you guys. Do you have a troupe name or anything like that, or an acting company name? Or?
We're with Devil's Thumb Productions, which is a small, relatively new Boulder-based acting company, and they're in their 2nd season right now. This is the first play of that 2nd season.
Yeah,
After that, we're doing an adult evening with Shel Silverstein, and then Dog Meets God.
I didn't know you guys are doing that.
Oh yeah.
And all
Dog Sees God, that's going to be great.
all the people that started the company, they all went to school here and did theater here. So it's a new company. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, then we got somebody else here.
Stage manager throwing in a word here. We've got our Kickstarter fundraising that you can contribute to if you want to see more shows from us. Support us. Oh, am I too far away? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So, that's at Kickstarter.com, and you can learn more about our company there, too.
Kickstarter.com.
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying what you're hearing tonight. This is a surprise visit, and we have an entire acting troupe here crammed into this little studio. Hopefully you'll get some ideas for set design from in here. You can tell that there's a lot of exposed piping and whatnot. There's been a few floods in here over the years. So take that with you and you go back. We'll have some more very soon. We're going to get to Cuts' music. It's 8:13. You're listening to Radio 1190. Okay, Radio 1190. We're just bobbling the tricks here back and forth, trying to get some tracks in as well as doing a little talk radio. And the talk radio for a production called Talk Radio, it's that's going to be performed here at the end of October and also the first week of November. We've got quite a few people in here from the acting troupe themselves, and we're switching on all the mics. That way everybody can have their say. We've talked to an assortment of the actors. We have talked to the main protagonist. We have some voice actors. We have some people who actually make stage appearances. What else? Who we have talked to? Stage manager. Who else has not been on
I think
yet?
Shannon should talk.
I'm Shannon McKinnon, and I play the producer, who is also the girlfriend